Dave Blakamoto, Uncrowned 145-pound champion, here with UFC's 145-pound featherweight champion, Alex the Great.
Oh, you're kidding.
Volkanovski. Slightly disputed, but hey, Vegas, baby, fight week is almost here. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, mate. Just feeling a bit of rain. I was just like in Vegas, bit of breeze and bit of rain. Sorry to change the subject. I feel good, mate. I feel real good.
Yeah.
Good to be here. Good
Nice.
to be here, soaking up this warm weather.
How's the camp?
And camp was good, man. Camp was really good. Feeling good, feeling strong as always. Always preparation. We know we're always preparing ourselves to be ready for whatever's installed. But I'm not only prepared, but obviously I'm firing right now, man. I'm peaking. You know what I mean? At my peak right now. So I can't wait to just go and show that.
Nice. You spent some time in Auckland, New Zealand during your camp. Can you touch on how the Freestyle MMA and CKB Partnership operates?
I love the voice. I love the. I'm
a professional. I'm a professional.
The Dave.
I'm a fucking professional, mate.
Voice.
Too. He has this like different voice.
Yeah, man, it was good. Obviously, it was good to be with the boys again and to be able to even do that and train with the boys. Obviously, the level, but the energy. You know what I mean? We're fighting. There's four of us fighting this week, so it was good to train with the boys, be in the trenches with them, and feel that energy, the same energy we're feeling now. The last couple of days, the same energy we felt watching Carlos go do his thing, and the same energy we're going to feel fight night. So man, it was incredible. It really was to be back with the boys, man.
Nice. Justice for Volk. You've been in some big pay-per-views before. Masvidal, Usman, Covington. How big does the build-up to this one feel, taking into account International Fight Week and the trilogy?
How big does it feel? Like this is I'm in a place where I'm a lot more chill and composed and comfortable where I'm at and all that type of stuff. So the feelings are different. But this event is obviously, it's a stacked card. Obviously, the other fights, my previous fights with Max have been on stacked cards, but there's just so much more now. You know what I mean? So much more. I feel like obviously fighting for the belt is always going to be something on the line, but I don't know, the fact that fighting with the boys, fighting with Izzy as well, both of us defending our belt, and having this other fight with Max Holloway as well. You know what I mean? I'm ready to go out there and just put an end to this rivalry that people are saying. You know, people are trying to call it and you hear some people, obviously not much, but some people sit there and try and say it's a decider. I was like, no, that's not how the deciders work. Deciders, it needs to be 1-1. He's just lucky to be in a position where he gets a third chance. And he's proved that he's a #1 contender, and that's why he's getting it. So I still think this is just as big fight, though, for my legacy, because he's went out there and proved that he's #1 contender and still proved that he is, one of the top guys, still one of a great fighter and one of the best in the UFC as well. He's going to prove that. So me going out there and taking him out again is really going to put me in a better position. So this card is not only a stacked card, fighting with the boys. I still feel like there's so much on the line. Even though I've already beat him twice, I still feel like this is a really big fight for me and my legacy.
Nice. Looking back at your body of work, which would you say has been your favorite fight so far and why?
Favorite fight
you've had?
Favorite fight I've had, man, I really enjoy. I've enjoyed a few of them. I've enjoyed I've enjoyed the Chad Mendes. I've enjoyed obviously the first Max Holloway fight. I've enjoyed the Ortega fight. There's been a few, but Ortega, I really enjoyed that. Having the crowd again was something. Obviously, it was a massive fight and all that type of stuff as well. But I mean, it was just so much on the line, so many big moments in the fight, and having the crowd again. Going on Fight Island and all that. It was just fighting without the crowd was terrible. To have the crowd again was just, and the way where I was mentally and all that as well, and that's when I really started understanding the entertainment. So I was soaking it up. I was feeling it. The energy was there and I was feeling it. I was taking it in. I wasn't trying to zone all this stuff out and just be a competitor. I wanted to be entertainer, but I wanted to soak up this energy. I wanted to take in the moment. And that's what, and I enjoyed it too. That's what was so good about it.
Can you expand on that? You saying that you're finally starting to understand the entertainment side.
Yeah, man. I'm starting to. Yeah, I've always been a competitor, right? Always been a competitor, and you know, everything I did was just about going out there and just getting the job done. You know, even interviews and all that, I tried not to, you know, pay too much attention to it, and you know, it's just. It was hard. I just wanted to be me. I didn't want to offend anyone and all that type of stuff. And there's a few things. It's very hard to explain, but there's a few things that I didn't really know. I just wanted to go out there and do what I had to do, which at the end of the day, it sort of matters, right? But to get you at the next level, you know, to get you them extra, you know, that bigger paycheck, to get you, you know, legacy, all that type of stuff, you need to understand. Like, people are playing the game. You know, I've never played the game. You know, you won't hear me, you know, push bullshit narratives and all that type of stuff, you know, and play the game and all that. I've never done that. You know, I still won't do certain things, but I mean, I understand it now. And I'm comfortable with everything. I'm comfortable with who I am and what I'm about, and I feel like I express that now because I understand it. I understand that me being me is the best version of myself, and that's what people want to see anyway. So I'm giving them that. There's nothing but positive feedback and things, and you know, positive vibes off it. So it's all working well, and I'm so comfortable and confident in who I am and what I'm about. And yeah, not only understand it, I'm really enjoying it.
Is that something you would tell other young fighters or fighters coming up, that they need to understand the game as a whole?
I mean, I think they do need to understand the game, but there's going to be a process. You know, I don't want to change it. Right now, I could be like, oh, I wish I knew this, but maybe I don't, because that might not make me the person I was. What if I needed that you know, again, I talk about the underdog mentality and all that type of stuff. What if I needed all this, that type of guy I was? Maybe I needed that to make me who I am now. So I don't want to change things. I don't regret anything. You know, could I have capitalized on moments more? Yeah, probably, and put me in a better position. Yeah, but maybe it wouldn't have made me the man I am today. Maybe I understand it now, but I'm still going to be who I am. I'm in a position where, you know, I can just be who I am. I don't need to be someone I'm not. I don't need to be fake to get the likes, even though I understand the game now. Oh, but I still need to do this, I need to do that. You know, I don't need to do all that. I'm very comfortable with who I am and what I'm about. And, you know, man, like, so I don't think I'll tell people to change that. You know, you know, maybe want them to understand it, again, so they can capitalize it here and there, but don't change who you are. I think
just to be aware of it.
Yeah, be aware of it, but I mean, don't let it take over. You know, you're the most important thing, and that's being able to fucking fight. You know, and being able to fight and going out there and doing your fucking job. Don't make all the rest of it bigger than what the main job is.
Let's talk about the matchup. How many times have you watched both of the Max fights?
I've watched them a few times, man. Yeah, man, all up, I would have watched both fights probably 8 times, I reckon. Like, not each, but probably a few times each. That's all. I always watch my fights after them. I like to not only watch it and then soak it up, but at the same time, see what I did wrong, see where I could have done things better, and all that type of stuff. So I'm always going to do that. I'm always my hardest critic. So yeah, I always would. Even in my last one with, you know, with Zombie, you know what I mean? Obviously, it went well, you know, went all my way, but I'm still watching that. I'm still critiquing things I could have done better, and all that type of stuff. So, yeah, I've watched them a few times, and you know, I've spent a lot of time with this guy. I've spent a lot of time with Max Holloway, and I've studied the fights because I've watched them fight so much as well. So it's good to watch because I know my style. I know what I understand. I can see that. I can see what things that I need to change, maybe have to change. What does work well, how I can change things to still keep them confused while I'm still doing things well. You know, there's so much you can take out of watching them fight. So I'm glad I like to watch my fights over and over, because I think that's going to give me a bit of an edge going into this fight. Because I don't know if he watches his fights. I know he likes the game, so maybe he just goes in games and doesn't watch his fights. But I don't mind watching.
Nice. Your road to the title was not the easiest. I mean, you were playing rugby league. You sort of started MMA late. You fought killers. You weren't just, you know, gifted a title shot or whatnot. What was that feeling like, hearing and knew, and your arms are up, Dana's wrapping the belt around your waist, everything that you'd worked for, all happening?
Man, it's an incredible feeling. it's always an incredible feeling just to get your hand raised at the end of a fight, because you're always trying to keep yourself composed. You got to think of it, right? Like I'm fighting for a world title, UFC. You know what I mean? I want to keep myself composed. Don't let it get to you. I'm always in control. I like to keep myself in check. I thought I had to do that, you know what I mean? Like I'm like, oh, I don't want it to overwhelm me and all that type of stuff. So I was always putting this pressure of not being pressured. Does that make sense? There was always a pressure there. There was always something like I was blocking things out, so always done that. So to go out there and it was obviously maximized. It was probably a lot more intensive because it was a UFC world title, and I knew I had to like, stay chill. It was obviously a tough fight. It's a world title, so much on the line. Don't let it get to you and all that type of stuff. I'm trying to block out so much so I can just do my job, do what I had to do. And then once the fight's over and you will let it all go. You know what I mean? You don't have to hold nothing back. This weight of blocking all that out that was on your shoulders is now just gone. And like, that's why I didn't even let him hold my belt. I went to the floor, you know what I mean? I didn't think about anything else but, oh man, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's an incredible feeling. So much hard work goes into it. So much goes into preparation and, you know, family and all that type of stuff, you know, sacrifices, your teams, your country, all that type of stuff. And to finally just get that hand raised and get that belt around the waist was incredible. You know, all the hard work finally paying off.
What do you credit your level of composure to? Because, you know, having good composure sort of translates into having good fight IQ with, you know, sticking to the game plan and not making costly mistakes and so on. Like, when you think about your level of composure and how it's translated into MMA, what do you credit that to?
Me always checking myself, right? Me always trying to be in control of every moment. You know what I mean? I've always been like that.
So it's something that you always just...
I've always done. Like, even when I was in interviews, I try to calm myself down and all that. Like, you know, when some people are like, oh, you know what I mean? I would always try and calm myself down. Every time there was a, you know, training session, hard sessions, just keep yourself on a level. I always like to keep myself on a level. That's why, you know, don't get me wrong, footy Volk's come out a few times. I like to drink, but sometimes I don't like getting too drunk where I can't control myself. You know what I mean? Unless I can trust everyone. If I get a bit too messy, it's all right. But I've always been like that. You know, I don't like to be out of control. I like to be in control of the moment. So I've always done that, and I think just the experience of that, and maybe I was built like that too. Maybe life experiences and things like that helped that as well. But I think it was just going through life, just always trying to check myself and keep myself composed and level-headed through every situation, every experience in life, not just fighting. I think that's just made me really understand how I keep myself level. And you can see that it definitely pays off for me.
Yes. What was your mindset going into the rematch? Did you think Max would be able to make the necessary adjustments, or were you a little bit caught off guard?
I was definitely caught off guard. I didn't think he would make that many adjustments. So yeah, man, like it definitely, you know, you don't want to say caught off guard. I definitely found it harder to make the adjustment straight away, where usually people, you know, I spar different people, that's why I do it. I like figuring people out. But I guess I had one thing in my head and I thought this is, you know, like a style will be there. I didn't expect exactly what he did, so it threw me off a little bit. So it definitely took me a while to sort of realize what I needed to do. Yeah, definitely threw me off, which credit to him. You know, that's not easy to do, to change your complete style. That's why we didn't think he would be able to. How do you change your style when, you know, you've been so successful in a style for so long and you've done that for so long? To just change that up, it's pretty incredible. But obviously it's incredible to make adjustments mid-fight and take over, you know, so you know, that's a credit to both of us, really.
How do you train for that? The ability to make adjustments as a fight
How do you train
goes
for that?
on?
I don't think there's many skills, but I mean, like, I do it sparring, as I said. We've always trained with as many different body types, styles as we can. And obviously you need to have that, you know, you need to understand that you were trying to break someone down. You were trying to make adjustments. You're trying to set up traps. You know, you're trying to figure out patterns. I guess you've got to get that and understand that in a sense. But at the same time, you need to put yourself in front of different bodies. If you're just going to train with the same body and same training partner every time, you're going to know each other. They know what you do well. You know what I mean? You know what they do well. You get comfortable there. You know what I mean? So I like to just mix it up, change it up. And you've seen that definitely a benefit. That's why we've always went to other gyms and trained with all different body types and styles, just purely so we can adjust and adapt to whatever's in front of us.
The trilogy. What type of statement are you trying to make? After the fight, what do you want everyone watching to take away from it?
Man, this is a third fight with Max, yeah? It's a third fight with Max. This is just, again, like I just look at it, he's just the number one contender again. Yeah, we've had two, but I've beat him twice, but right now, he's the number one contender who's getting another shot. And not many people get this third shot when they're down two. But he's getting it. But at the same time, I don't look at it that way. I don't obviously I want to set a statement, but purely, obviously I want to end this, end it as well at the same time. But, it's more about setting a statement to someone like Max. Because again, he's still not only loved, he's still well respected in this sport. A lot of people know he's a great fighter, and I'll tell you here, he's a great fighter. So going out there and taking him out and do what I plan on doing. I plan on really putting it on him and really separating. I want to go out there and show that I'm on a whole nother level. What does that do? That puts, when you talk about legacy and where I want to be, that moves me forward. That moves me up. No matter how you look at it or whatever it is, no matter where you are, where you're talking about rankings or whatever it is, money, paychecks, everything, you're gonna that puts you right up there. Legacy, that gets you, that really helps with the legacy. So this is why this fight is massive to me still, because again the last two fights were competitive, and I want to go out there and not make it so competitive. I want to go out there. Obviously, I'm expecting it to be a competitive fight, but because you always got to mentally prepare for that. But I'm in good nick, and I'm expecting to go out there and really show that no one is on my level in this division, and that's why I'll go do that, and then maybe we look at the lightweight division and see what happens. You know what I mean? So we'll see, but that's another story. That's for another day.
What's your take on the state of judging in MMA, and if you could make any changes such as open scoring, what would you do?
Look, man, I'm actually I don't mind the open scoring thing. I don't think it's that bad because, I think you want to know if, if you're up or if you're not or something like that. You should have a good enough corner to know that if you ain't definitely taken around, don't sit there thinking that, we're two up, or, you're going to have the right corner. So I'm lucky enough to have a corner that, even if we're pretty comfortable, we're up. We are still, if there's rounds that are still competitive, we still want these last rounds. But to have that open scoring to let everyone know, and then you ain't going to have people crying about decisions and all that. It's like, hey, you knew you were behind and you couldn't do nothing about it. So that's it. That's, because I'm sick of people using it as excuses. You know what I mean? So it's, I believe that, at the end of the day, open scoring will help with that. But it shouldn't have to, because you should have a good enough team and corner behind you that ain't going to put you in that position anyway.
Agree. Have you noticed people put more respect on your name as you secure more title defenses?
Yeah, man, that's always going to happen. You got to earn people's respect, and that should be how it is. You know what I mean? You shouldn't just walk into the UFC and everyone think that you're God or you're unbeatable. You should earn that respect. And it was probably a hard road for me, especially fighting so many fan favorites, so many fighters that are well loved and well respected. But they're the top guys, and they're the guys that you had to beat. You know what I mean? So a lot of people, it took a while for them to finally jump on board. But they're starting to jump on board, and obviously that respect's there, and the love is there. So it's nothing but positive vibes now. But it was definitely a tougher road than maybe some people. But that's what happens when you're in a division like this, fighting like greats. Legends of the sport.
You must be hungry for some fresh blood going into this third Max fight. Which potential opponents in feather or lightweight gets you the most excited?
Man, they all do. New blood, is always going to be good no matter who it is. Man, I want the big fights. You know what I mean? That's what I'm looking for. I just want to make
some
sure.
Names.
Yeah, So
give me some names.
Give me some names. You want me to throw you some names?
Yeah, give me some names. Not me.
That's what I do.
I want to fight Chandler.
Now, look, man, it's obviously I've already called out Charles Oliveira, but I don't know if Charles Oliveira and Islam's fighting. I don't know. Is that locked in? Do we know if that's locked in? If that's, is
Yes,
that
I
a
think
thing?
Abu
We don't
Dhabi,
know.
they're talking about it.
We don't know if that's a thing or, you know what I mean? But that's something, whoever, you know, they're both of them, because that's intriguing to me. Not only they're good matchups, they're fun fights. There's so many fights in the lightweight division that are fun. So you can, top five, you can, every single one of them I'd love. They're all big fights. So, all big names. You know, I'd love any of them. But again, at the same time, you know, I want to go for that double champ status, because I can at least do this, get a challenge and get a new belt. And what does that do for legacy, for paychecks and all that type of stuff? Right now, that's what I'm chasing. I'm chasing all that. Give me all that moolah. Give me all that shine.
So you grew up doing Greco Roman wrestling. Tell me about it.
Yeah, man. I did that when I was, how old was I? 12, I think. 12 years old. So I did it only for a couple of years, man.
How did you get started?
I started, we have this thing that we do, Peace Boys Club. They do like a games night. It's, you know, everyone like, you know, just I guess the younger generation, or like younger kids, you know what I mean? Like anywhere from 10 to 16 or whatever. And they'll go and do games night. They have sausage sizzles. People go on the skaters ramps, and, you know, you'll do all types of stuff. And they'll finish with wrestling. So I didn't even really know too much about wrestling at all. But I was aware of it. I used to have a couple of matches there, and the guy, the coach that was there, Ron, his name was, Don. He ended up just seeing that there was potential. He was like, man, you need to come in and give this a crack. So I went and did it. I think I did it for 1 or 2 years. I don't even know how long, and it's pretty good at it. You know, and obviously wrestling's not so big in Australia. It's getting bigger now. But you know, it wasn't too big. But
You'd like to see
not
more
many
of it?
people. Yeah, not many people knew what it was. So it was hard. All my mates were playing rugby league and all that type of stuff. So it was something that I was passionate about. But at the same time, I couldn't enjoy as much because, you know, it just wasn't a big thing, and it wasn't something that I could see something being massive in the future for me. But it definitely helped me be that rugby league player. It even helps me now with fighting and all that type of stuff, and mentality, and, you know, being comfortable in uncomfortable positions and all that type of stuff. So never give up attitude, and, you know, all that, you know, that's a skill. Like, these are skills that are very hard to do. Wrestling definitely helps with that.
Is that something that you see yourself doing, helping to promote wrestling in Australia at the school level, the grassroots level?
Yeah, man, I think if I could, you know what I mean? If I could, you know, I don't think I'm...
But after fighting,
I don't think I have
on.
a wrestling pedigree to be able to really to push that as much, but obviously my wrestling...
I mean, well, you're a world champion.
Yeah, I'm a world
mixed martial
champion.
arts.
I ragdoll Frank Hickman, you know, from Hickman Bros Wrestling. I ragdoll him around, you know what I mean? So, you know, that's saying something.
And obviously, the bigger wrestling gets in Australia at the grassroots level, the better the future MMA stars from...
100%. I love pushing all martial arts, especially wrestling. I think wrestling, a lot of people ask me, what's a discipline you would like to push for people that want to do MMA? I would always say wrestling. I would say wrestling for just life skills, for experiencing, you know, there's the amount of the building character building and life skills you learn from wrestling and martial arts and all that. Yeah, discipline, respect, all that type of stuff. Hard work, you know, the mentality you need to help you in life. You know, I think it's a great thing. So, you know, that's what I try and push. I ain't just trying to push the sport just for the sport and just to be a wrestler. Like, I think people can learn so much from that just outside of wrestling in general. Like, I think it's just, it's something that, you know, I would love my kids to do or something like that, because I know it would, you know, if I had a son, like, even my kids, my girls will see, I doubt it, I don't think they're wrestlers, but, you know, if I had a son, like, I think it would definitely help with them, make him a man real quick, you know, because it ain't easy. It ain't easy. It prepares you for some tough shit.
Well, are you done having kids, or are they more on the way?
I think I'm done.
You're done?
I think I'm done.
Oh, fuck. So Joanna just retired, but she's been in the game a long time. You were a bit of a late starter. How long do you see yourself fighting for?
Man, I still feel so good, man. I'm getting through these camps. Oh, man, like, I'm cruising through them. Obviously, we're busting ass, but the way I just deal with them, deal with the camps and accept this, like the pain and all that type of stuff, it almost feels like it's getting easier. And obviously having the nutritionists and the science behind it, like with physios and strength and conditioning, you know, I feel like I can do it another 5, 6 years, 7 years, man. I really do feel like that right now, but I'm 33 years old. Do I think I can be at the highest level at 40 years old? I don't know. You know, if I start to see me fading, I hope I've done enough in this sport and this legacy I talk about, and these paychecks and all that. I hope I've made enough moolah to not have to worry about that and have to force myself to fight to make money. Let's make that money and look after ourselves for the rest of our life, you know what I mean, and not put our body through hell to do so.
Yes. Do you have any bucket list octagon moments that you want to achieve?
Bucket list. I don't know if you already asked me about a walk-off.
I did, but
walk-off KO.
Yeah, walk-off KO.
You've asked me about that last one,
yeah,
didn't you? A walk-off KO would be good. You know, I have sort of done, like, not really. I've done like obviously big knockouts, but I mean, I was going to go in there. I wouldn't mind just a boom, no, they're out while they're going down, walking off. I think that would be good. Obviously, it's good for the highlight reel, and I want to have that composure that I see it land, see them lights shut out, and just be like, that's it, it's done, before he even hits the deck. Walk off. I think that's pretty incredible. So credit to people, and I give all due respect to the people that have done that, because it ain't easy. You know, obviously you see people do sort of walk off, they go knock off, they look and then they go. I want to boom, and then literally he's done, walk off. Don't even see me go to look. That'll be pretty fucking iconic for me.
What does retired Volk do on a daily basis?
Cooking with Volk, baby. I'll be cooking with Volk till the day I die. You're going to see me cooking some feeds for, hey, that's what I mean. I enjoy it. So, you know what I mean? Right now, it's people love it. People are soaking it up. So I can see myself, obviously, I don't know, you know, obviously I wouldn't mind. I don't think I could be a coach. I think it's hard work, and I respect the coaches, the amount of effort they put in. Even though I would enjoy it, I just don't know if I could commit to it like they commit, you know what I mean? But I could commit to cooking.
So we'll see you back
you know, I don't mind being in front of a camera cooking and having a bit of a laugh and having a bit of fun. People love it, soaking it up, and I think that's my gig.
So we will see you back at 215 pounds?
You will see me back at 214 pounds, yes.
214, oh fuck, pound off. Okay, before we wrap up, shout outs, your YouTube.
Yeah, shout out to my YouTube channel. Socials, obviously socials, at Alex Volkanovski. Appreciate the support, but my YouTube channel is firing now. If you want to see the cooking with Volks, fight breakdowns, all that business, go there, look up Alexander Volkanovski. Link in the description. It'll be easy to find. Appreciate the support. Let's go.
Thank you so much, champ.
Thank you.
I can't wait for our fight.
Thanks, brother. I know, so what is it, Dave Blakamoto? I appreciate it.
Blakamoto.
Oh, I won't say that.
I can get it right.